And once you drop the ball, you destroy your lives, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, I have a lot of confidence that Idah Odinga's alma mater will continue producing the best of our societies, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Idah Odinga, apart from now being the United Nations Environmental Program Ambassador, Honorable Dr. Idah Odinga, having learned at Uganda Girls, has also excelled in several spheres of life, Honorable Speaker. Besides taking very good care of our recently departed Prime Minister, Honorable Speaker, Idah has always remained to be the beacon of hope to many, many children, both here in Kenya and globally, Honorable Speaker. And now she sits at a vantage position to even champion more and impact lives of many across the globe. And therefore, Uganda Girls being the place where that character was brooded, we believe that these children sitting at the speaker's gallery would also continue emulating Mama Idah and become responsible people in our societies, Honorable Speaker. There are some of them.
Honorable Jared Okello, for the record,
yes.
Who has Aero Girls produced in the country whom you can mention?
I know that Uganda Girls sit in your constituency, and you have done so much to mold this school. I remember when you took us to Uganda Girls, Honorable Speaker, to raise funds to build a resource center, a center that does not just benefit the school, but it benefits the entire community. And I hope that if there are a few touch-ups that need to be done in the resource center that I helped you build, that you will still call us once again to go to Uganda Girls and do what we should and what we know best. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Coming back to the matter at hand, Honorable Speaker, that has been brought forth by our chair of Budget Committee, Honorable Samuel Atandi, I support this bill, Honorable Speaker. But stepping back and reflecting further, you ask yourselves, several years after the promulgation of our Constitution that gave birth to devolved functions and county governments, what are the success stories that we can write about our county governments? Today, in this particular bill, we are striving to ensure that they get additional funding, not just from the functions, the funds that follow functions, but now we are talking about fines by our courts of law in various jurisdictions, Honorable Speaker. We are talking about grants that are expended to counties, and these are outside the CARA, Honorable Speaker. And, you know, for example, Kisumu County, where I come from, Honorable Speaker, we have 7 constituencies. 7. In total, if we have to go by the National Government Constituency Development Fund, all collectively we get $1 billion shillings at the end of the year. Now, this is just a very paltry percentage of what goes to our counties. Our counties receive, Kisumu, for example, receives over 11 billion shillings straight from the national government every year. If you have to juxtapose that with only 1 billion that goes to national government CDF funds, which at the end of the day tends to sponsor more projects to completion than the 11 billion shillings that we cannot really write home about. I don't know about other counties, Honorable Speaker, but I think the story is the same wherever you go. If it was the NGCDF getting 11 billion at the end of the year, spread across our 7 constituencies, we will be a model. Our constituencies will be the best in the world, Honorable Speaker. At $1 billion shillings Kisumu County on NGCDF, we can count millions and millions of projects that impact positively on the lives of many, including the bursaries that target low-income families, Honorable Speaker. And these bursaries have helped plug children in school, without which many would be falling by the wayside. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, even as we give more monies to our counties, we also have to ask them to wake up, smell the coffee, and do what is right, Honorable Speaker. Look, for example, and this has been an incremental desire, appetite for more monies. You know about Equalization Fund, Honorable Speaker, which was meant to bring at par those counties that were considered very low. For instance, the northeastern region counties, Honorable Speaker. The governors went to court and stalled Equalization Fund for 10 years, Honorable Speaker. 10 years, it was a fight between who then controls Equalization Fund. Whereas it was, common knowledge that Equalization Fund was to be superintended by the national government. Counties went to court so that they could have absolute control over these funds, Honorable Speaker. And it took 10 years for court to make a decision about this matter. At the end of the day, counties lost. And the money now has just been started. They just started taking it to those counties that need it. But you ask yourself, what could we have achieved in the intervening 10 years when the matter was lying before our courts of law, Honorable Speaker? Now, add that to RMLF, the road maintenance levy, which is under contestation by the same governors, Honorable Speaker. So the governors have huge appetite for finances, that if they hear of any money is going anywhere, they will rush to court so that they can control those monies, Honorable Speaker. If we had projects that are worth talking about in those counties, then that would be a different ballgame. But here is a situation where there is no project you can really talk about in our counties, but each time they hear of any monies, Honorable Speaker, they rush to court so that that money can be classified as a devolved fund and a devolved function, Honorable Speaker. We just finished doing our Sugar Act, Honorable Speaker, and we suggested within the Sugar Act to have road maintenance levy under the Sugar Act, Honorable Speaker. The initial idea was to plug that money to Kera for sugarcane growing regions. Now, when the matter went before the Senate chose to have it go to the counties, Honorable Speaker. Now, these counties are already controlling huge sums of monies meant for our roads, Honorable Speaker. But those roads which are never done to completion. So when a mediation team was formed, it was so decided thereafter that the monies were to be kept by the Sugar Board so that they can have control over it as a middle ground. Otherwise, we were going to be stuck for another 10 years, akin to what we saw during the Equalization Fund, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, we are asking, even as we put these monies in the pockets of our governors, Honorable Speaker, 1 year to the next general election, that they need to have projects that impact positively the lives of our people, but more.
How long do you need to conclude?
Yes, thank you. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
How long do you need to conclude?
Oh, sorry, 2 minutes.
Yeah, grant Honorable Jared Okello 2 minutes.
I thank you, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, we need financial prudence, probity in the way we run our monies, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, left unchecked, we as a nation will be losing a lot of monies. I see the senators here dragging governors to come appear before them. And you can see from their interrogation that monies were lost. But what then happens after they leave the Senate? The matter dies. I would have expected that there are certain very stringent recommendations made, up to and including inviting the DCI to take up the matter so that a few crooked individuals who are out to mess up our funds are taken